Tracking some pretty good rain on the western part of the valley this afternoon, basically from the Starry Hidalgo County line westward out near Roma, Falcon Lake, right on the dam. Some pretty good rain coming down as we speak, and that may go on for a little while before it fades away. So if you're out that direction, slow down a little bit. Roads are slippery, and there could be some just brief temporary street flooding, but it shouldn't last long, as this stuff should move on out eventually. A little bit of lightning embedded within that, but not all that much. The satellite over the region shows that everybody has clouds, even though the rain is out in the western part of the region. But zoom out, and here it is, yet the next tropical depression. This is number 13. It is well to the south of the valley and not a threat. We think 13 is going to stay way south. Here are the coordinates for your Channel 5 Whataburger tracking map. Winds are 35 miles per hour with it, and watch out just basically makes a U-turn, goes back down into Mexico and stays way down there. Could reach strong tropical storm status before it moves back in. That'll happen late in the week and then finally becomes a rainmaker for central Mexico once again on the eastern part of the coastline as well. This, of course, is Irma making her way off to the west-northwest. Here's Puerto Rico back here, U.S. Virgin Islands out here. It's a mess out there. Winds right now at 185 miles per hour. That is a strong Category 5 hurricane, catastrophic for the areas that eye goes across. Moving to the west at about 15 miles per hour right now, and you see that path takes it right over the U.S. Virgin Islands, just a little bit to the north of Puerto Rico, Hispaniola a little bit north of there, finally goes back down to a Category 4 by Friday. And of course, that's what we watch and wait for when the turn happens. Pretty confident that we'll turn to the north. It's just a question of when, somewhere in this window, and certainly down the center lines right through the Florida Keys, maybe up near Miami, or it could be a storm that goes up the west coast of Florida. But confidence is pretty high that it's going to stay on that side of the Gulf or Florida or the Atlantic. We don't believe this is a system that will affect the western Gulf at all. Got enough going on out here right now with all the rain down to the south of us. Now there's a front north. That front will sag to the south, and September the 5th, and we're talking about a front, so you know it's not going to be a big front, but at least there's potential for this to trigger a few showers again tomorrow, sneak to the south on Thursday, and we get some drier air in here for Thursday. But then on Friday, the moisture kind of sneaks back in, and with that, spotty showers begin to show up again. But with that front settling through, and it's a front, I mean, technically, yes, a cool front. It'll get a little bit cooler behind it for this early in the season. It's, you know, to get any cooling is a big deal. And then we stay mild after that all the way through the weekend. Rain chances tomorrow about 40%. Drops off to dry on Thursday as that drier air builds in. And then Friday back up to 40% once again. The normal high for this time of year is 94. We will be below that, significantly so if things pan out, especially with that chance of rain again on Friday. That should keep temperatures down just a little bit. So for tonight, partly to mostly cloudy with spotty showers, primarily in Starr County, far west Hidalgo County, a light northerly wind. Then tomorrow, look at this, partly to mostly cloudy with a shower, thunderstorm in spots, about a 40% chance for rain tomorrow. Winds light out of the north-northeast at about 7 to 15 miles an hour. The forecast actually has some ups and downs in it number-wise. We go from 93 down to 85, then back into the 90s by next week. The chance of rain is Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. At this point, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, partly to mostly sunny. And we have a couple of nights when lows should drop back into the 60s for the first time since, about early May. It's been a long time. We'll track that, and we'll check the rest of the tropics to talk about why TD13 is going to stay south and Hurricane Irma is going to go north. All that coming up in the next half hour.